Hey, what's up everybody? I thought I would do a follow-up to my 500-mile review of the MetroboardX with a 1,500-mile / 6-month review and update on what I think about the X. Now, the big news that's definitely worth mentioning at the outset here is that the X is back in stock right now, and it's been reissued with faster motors with an advertised 31 mile per hour top speed. These would be the same motors that were in limited supply when the X was first launched late last year, which I happened to get. So this review should show the same performance you can expect. So I think it's worth taking a second look at the MetroboardX in 2020. So here's what I think makes the MetroboardX the best Carver you can buy. Number one, build quality. I don't know about you, but I hate it when my expensive electric skateboard doesn't work. Metroboard has been around since 2004 and has a well-established reputation for building solid, dependable boards that last indefinitely. And the X is no exception. It just works and keeps working. It's amazing. 1,500 miles and not a glitch, not a drop signal, not a single issue. The remote pairs instantly. The acceleration and braking handled by the Metroboard ESC is perfection. The MESC or MESC, as they call it, is based on a modified VESC 4.12 with custom LED drivers for the integrated lights, and the battery consists of Samsung Q30 cells in a 10S5P configuration. Number two, the Carve. What Metroboard has done is create the fastest Carver on the market. I mean, simply put, the X is not going to win in any head-to-head speed matchups against the likes of LaCroix, Kaly.NYC, or Evo. Simple as that. But it's not trying to. The X is aimed squarely at carvers, like the Evolve or Boosted rider looking for the next level up, and for heavier riders who just need more power. So let's talk about speed for a second. Now, I've been on enough group rides with the LAE skate crowd to confirm that the MetroboardX can absolutely hang with the Kalys and the LaCroix and the Evos at the head of the pack, even though it's not as fast. I mean, the thing is, if you're on a group ride with Boosted and Evolve riders and whatever else is in the mix, the average group speed isn't going to be over 30. So while a few boards can achieve breakneck speeds approaching 40 miles per hour and beyond, the X isn't trying to be that. And it absolutely outperforms all of those boards on agility, and thus, in my opinion, manages to perform the perfect union of maneuverability and power. Okay, so let's talk about power. Now, while I've established that the X isn't a racing board, it is faster and more powerful than any other double bushing board on the market. If you're a heavy rider, then the most popular boards on the market are probably underpowered for you. So you might be looking at a LaCroix or a Kaly to provide the power you want. Now, those are expensive boards, and the thing to be aware of is that the feel of those boards is going to be completely different than a traditional longboard deck, owing to the different truck designs. Meanwhile, the X offers more range, more power, and a bigger carbon fiber deck than any other Carver on the market. And as far as street and AT conversion goes, well, there aren't a whole lot of great options out there. Metroboard has made wheel swaps incredibly simple. I talked in detail about the belt tensioning system on the X in my 500-mile review, so I won't get into that here. Suffice to say that the Metroboard solution to wheel swaps is innovative and takes the frustration out of proper belt tensioning. And how sick is it that the X has integrated lights controlled by the remote? Lights are a must-have for riding at night, both for seeing and being seen. So with the X, there's no extra cost or extra hardware you need for mounting lights. They're just built in. Now get this, I'm told to expect an update to the firmware soon that will allow the rear lights to work as fully functional brake lights. That'll be nice. So there's a lot to love about the X and not much not to like. That said, if you're going to buy an X, here are some things you can do to improve it. Insulation under the lid. I found the X to be a bit rumbly with street wheels, so my solution was to cut a piece of neoprene and lay it underneath the lid. This significantly reduces the road rumble, and it may even provide a little insulation for your battery on cold rides, but I can't really verify that because I live in Southern California. Get Riptide bushings. My hope is that Metroboard starts to offer Riptide bushings in the near future. You have no idea what a difference Riptides make until you try them. I did a video on the Riptides for those who want to learn more. You can check it out in the description below. Bearings. If you're looking to level up your bearings on the X, you'll have few options for the 10mm axle. I've been rocking the Seismic Tecton ceramic bearings for the past 1,000 miles or so, and they are superb. These are the bearings that the pros use, so get them. Take the belt covers off. I noticed that the X seemed louder with the belt covers on, and I've been in the habit of taking my belt covers off since I used to ride the Evolve. Stuff tends to get trapped in the belt covers, so it's advisable to leave them off in the first place. So anyway, it'll save you time on your wheel swaps anyway. That's it for my 1,500 mile review of the MetroboardX. If you liked my review, please like and subscribe.